What a season it's been for the Crimson Tide. Undefeated, ranked #1 the entire season, and leads the SEC and nation in multiple categories. While Alabama has been known for the defense, it's the offense that's turning heads this season. Alabama has scored at an unbelievable pace. The Crimson Tide are #1 in the SEC and the nation, averaging over 54 points per game. The all-time record for an Alabama offense, 43 points per game, set back in 1945. Their scoring rate is even more impressive when you factor in they are averaging 38.75 points in just the first half alone. With a lot of scoring comes a lot of yards. The Crimson Tide are tops in the SEC and the nation, averaging over 564 yards per game of total offense, with an SEC leading 8.3 yards per play. They are on pace to shatter the 2014 Alabama record of 484 yards per game. Collectively, the Tide's rushing attack leads the SEC with 1,735 yards and 21 rushing touchdowns on the year. Then there's the passing game. Sophomore Tua Tagovailoa is on pace to set the NCAA all-time passing efficiency record. Baker Mayfield holds the current record with a 198.9 mark. Tua is currently averaging 238.8. And Jalen Hurts, he's been pretty good too. He's second in the SEC behind Tua at 190.5. Leading the SEC in completion percentage is that same duo. Jalen is completing 73.6% of his passes, while Tua is connecting on 70.4%. The Alabama receiving group has done a great job in helping those quarterbacks achieve those numbers. Sophomore wideout Jerry Jeudy leads the nation, averaging 25.1 yards per catch, and leads the SEC and is second nationally with 10 touchdown receptions on the year. The defense has shown they can score too. The Tide lead the SEC and is second in the nation with 4 defensive touchdowns, all of them coming by way of interceptions. Led by Isaiah Buggs, the Crimson Tide defense leads the SEC with 26 sacks, with Buggs being the conference leader with 8.5 on the year. The Crimson Tide are setting the pace in all 3 phases of the game. On special teams, Alabama leads the SEC, averaging over 25 yards per kickoff return, led by Josh Jacobs. His 31.9 yards per return is tops in the SEC and 4 yards better than anyone else. And Jalen Waddle has made a huge impact as a freshman. Waddle leads the SEC and is third nationally with 193 punt return yards on the year.
Jalen Waddle, touchdown Alabama!
Alabama is on pace to shatter the record books. What's crazy is there's even more stats that we couldn't even fit in. The Crimson Tide potentially has 7 games remaining on the season. Can the numbers hold up? That remains to be seen.